Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast. This is Kasia, your host. So, today I wanted to talk about astral projection, which is quite a hot topic these days. So, what is astral projection? Astral projection is an experience where your body, your physical body, and your astral body gets detached. So let's say you are experiencing astral projection or out of body experience, called differently, while lying in bed, and then your soul or astral body gets detached from your physical body, and you can, for example, drift to the top and see yourself lying in bed. Also, on more advanced levels, people say that they can go wherever they want, visit any different universes or planes of different existence. Also, there is this, you can go and talk to the people that passed away, which is it is incredible for people that are grieving. This is incredibly healing experience. If you not only can feel that there is something more, so you know that death is not the end, but also can actually go and talk to your loved one. So that's astral projection or out of body experience. I will be talking most of the time about astral projection. So why have I chosen this subject? So like I said at the beginning, it seems to be quite a hot topic these days. And that's interesting because I know I have known about this for years, like many people. And I've never been interested until now. What happened for me is someone, the teacher, looks like a very known teacher, which is Jade Shaw, I think is the proper way to pronounce her surname. She popped up somewhere for me. And then I started listening and I was like, wow, this is fascinating. I would love to experience that for myself, even though I am a spiritual person. So working with people as an energy healer, past life regressor, tarot reader, or whatever else I do, already proves to me that there is something more than just physical body. So I don't necessarily need it to prove it to me, but it would be so amazing to experience what people are talking about. And I must say that I'm talking, just to clarify it, maybe you already figured that out, I'm talking from the perspective of someone who's still trying to achieve it. I want to talk about it because it seems like another level of spiritual experience that would be so fantastic to live through. And maybe you already heard about it, because it seems to be more and more popular now to talk about it. I even heard some, interviews, and everybody's saying, okay, all of this stuff has been known for so long, and now there seems to be an interest toward this way. So there's many people that are trying to achieve it. There's a lot of different tips online or different courses. So even though I haven't yet managed to have a full out-of-body experience, I will tell you what I think are the best tips, which I think are taking me closest, where I think I should still work on, which could be something that could potentially help you, because maybe you should work on the same things. But before we get there, I wanted to also discuss what has been part of this popular conversations now, the CIA report. I won't be going into much detail about it. But people find it incredible that CIA during Cold War sent agents to Monroe Institute, which is the institute that specializes in out-of-body experience from the scientific perspective. And they wanted to teach these agents how to do an out-of-body experience for the sake of the espionage. So I think for the part of these, projects during Cold War, I think they were trying a lot of different psychic stuff. They were very interested to see if it worked, which is amazing. In that report, they do seem to believe there is something there. But you can read it for yourself. I heard there was this controversy about one page missing, and which was, obviously quite suspicious. Why there's one page missing from the whole report? They found it in the Monroe Institute. It was somewhere hidden. But when the scientist from Monroe Institute was talking about it, he was slightly less excited, like as everybody around. That this report was around for quite a while, and it now just got traction. And yeah, that there's been a lot of CIA has tried a lot of stuff like that, the psychic stuff. They try to really get advantage. There are also stories about back in the day Hitler trying to work with the dark magic. I don't know how true it is or not. So it does seem like powers tried before, maybe they're still trying to tap into something extra, something spiritual to get the advantage over others, which is not a great way, because on a daily basis, people like you or I, most of us want to use it for the sake of our own development. And if someone starts using it for spying on other countries, this is when I'm starting to think, wow, there's so many psychic spiritual gifts that could be used in a really bad way, which is not great. Which I wonder now when I think about it, the earth is going through awakening. And there's more and more people with gifts. So will there start showing up people that are starting also using it in a negative way? That's a very scary thought. But let's see what happens next. So that's the controversy. There are some more. If you want to read in detail, you can find the report online. There are people talking about it. Some people are super excited, like it's proving that CIA even believed in something more, that astral projection is real. Some people are less ecstatic, thinking they try different things, and different reasons why they're not ecstatic. They just don't think it's as huge as some people make it to be. I wonder, from my perspective, from the perspective of a person who do believe that astral projection is true. So I'm not in any way doubting that. No, I would love to experience it. But I wonder why this hasn't stayed. Or maybe it has. Maybe someone can tell me differently. But if CIA used it before, why is not every country using it? Why aren't they not using it still? Like I said, maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe there are some limitations. Maybe not everybody can be advanced in a certain level required. I don't know, because when you listen to Jade Shaw, she will tell you that everybody can experience it, which is obviously also encouraging. because every time I doubt will it ever happen, I'm like, okay, the quite unknown teacher is saying everybody can experience it. I can also experience it, especially how spiritual a person I am. So I've done crazier things. I don't know if I've done crazier things, but I do crazy things, so that should be fine, and I should be, it should be manageable. So that's these are my thoughts around the astral projections. So I would like to talk now more about tips, advice, or like different methods that I listened to or read about. So there is something called vibrational state. This state, it is when your body feels like the energy, electricity goes through you. It can feel, for some people it's very intensive. For me, I feel it as sensation of a little bit of electricity across my whole body. You can also imagine that you're switching it up and it actually works, and it starts feeling more intensively. And that is the state that it's supposed to be just before out of body experience, astral projection. So apparently not everybody has this experience of vibrational state. It's very common, most people have it. However, it might be that someone goes straight into astral projection, but but that's just uncommon, but it's still possible. So how do you get yourself in this vibrational state? I've noticed like something that works for me. So first you need to, the best is to lie down, but don't fall asleep. I tend to take a nap just before, so I don't fall asleep during this hypnosis meditation. I tend to do, if I use only, I don't use any guided hypnosis. I lie down, I put some music, some binaural beats that I can find, something that makes me feel a bit like, oh, I'm in some different universe, and I'm relaxing. Then I do a whole body scan. You lie down and you say to yourself, my feet are now relaxing, my calves are now relaxing, my knees are now relaxing, my thighs are now relaxing, and go on. My shoulders are relaxing. That's the one that you can often see the most, that your shoulders just drop. Also your jaw, your face, your head muscles, your back. So your whole body, you go through your whole body, including hands, forearms, arms, so everything. And then once you are fully relaxed, you can start meditating, focusing on your breath. So now here I have a problem. I tend to have very abundant inner life in my head. My gifts are typically in my head, so everything I do with clients, it all comes through what's going on in my head, and I know that's for example the message I got, not my own imagination. So I work a lot. I'm a thinker, overthinker. That's what I am, overthinker. So I tend to struggle to just think about nothing. So I start imagining stuff that I'm going, talk to some guides. Or sometimes I can see like a tunnel up, portals opening. So I'm starting to go up them, and this is when the vibrational state starts happening for me. Also the way, it's more like a forceful way. What I do is imagine myself standing with like touching, holding to pillars, electric pillars. My head is like resting on another electric pillar or something like that. And I'm standing or electric plate, and I'm imagining being like almost electrocuted, but without any pain, just that the electricity goes through my body, and it works. It works for me. So I think there is your imagination. It might be that because we're all different and have different ways of observing the world, for me, in my imagination works because this is how I function. So for me, this works. For you, just resting, relax, like focusing on your breath can also work. Actually, but Jade Shaw also says about visualizations. So it does seem that it does really help. So this is where I think I am actually blocked. That my mind is a bit too hasty, too overthinking. So when I read a lot of tips how from this vibrational state to leave the body, because then you will have some exit strategies of like moving your eyes one side to another and faster, woo, and then you just go out, or you can read about ladders, ropes. I don't know, nothing really worked for me. Nothing. What worked for me is this complete stillness, this body resting, mind awake. I might be slightly changing how it's called, but this is the state that you should be before you want to do astral projections. Is the state that your body, you just so completely like in deep hypnosis, stop feeling the body, but your mind is awake, so not falling asleep. So this perfect in between. And this is when I had the most profound feelings of like being pulled up, or like sudden emotions of clarity, like messages, like emotions, clarity regarding certain situations. It felt magical. Is this moment in between. And from everything that I read about, this is actually, I think the simplicity might be the clue. Okay, I know I haven't experienced it fully yet, but intuitively, I think that going into using some music, doing the body scan, focusing on your breath, like you're meditating, or just if you're that good at meditating, just keeping your brain, just your mind, just still. And then one thing that I do struggle a little bit, looking through your closed eyes, like trying to, like when you close your eyes and you try to look through your eyelids without opening your eyes. I keep on slightly opening my eyes doing that. But I think that's what it takes. It might be even that you don't need to look through your eyelids. It's just this perfect stillness, like meditating. And I must say that that's what I have to work, like, practice getting my brain still. So I don't, every time I start meditating, I don't go immediately start traveling and start chatting to some beings or guides, or visiting different rooms that I have in my head, because this is what immediately I start doing, so my brain is occupied. So I think that's what's blocking me. But also they say that you should let go of any expectation. That was very difficult at the beginning. With time, I think it's much more doable, because your first excitement just wears off a bit, and that you have to keep still, from the observant perspective. I find it, and it's when I get vibrational state and I feel the rush of energy, or something happening that might be it, I feel very ecstatic. this is apparently not helping, because you should be very calm and observing everything that's going, and like going with it, because nothing bad will happen to you. And that you can, this is important, when it's happened finally, you can always come back to your body. Actually, apparently, the second you think of your body, this is when you come back. So that's interesting one. So that's why you have to be careful to not, to not get a bit distracted with thinking about what's going on with your body, because that might actually immediately put you back if you achieved astral projection, or if you were very close to it. Another thing that is very interesting it's interesting from me also from the psychological perspective, is that you can meet, maybe not nasty, maybe not dangerous, scary beings in astral projection world. And what I hear, what people are saying that, studied astral projection, is that typically it's parts of you. So the method for that is, to stand your ground and say, why are you here? And the response might be, I'm here because I'm your unresolved issues with a parent. I'm just making this up, but everything, like anything like that can happen, can pop up. And it actually makes a lot of sense, because I have a made up world in my head. This one is actually made up in a way. It's made up a good word. It's not any astral plane. It's the visualization of my inner life. And I worked with my psychotherapist a lot on what's going on in there, because it's actually the mirror, what's going on in my brain. And I do remember that in one of these visualizations in this world, which mostly looks the same, but sometimes new places open up, I've met myself, but like scary myself, very looking aggressive, looking terrifying. And at that side of me, it was the embodiment in my, inner life, in my inner world, of my anxiety, of my fears. And actually, what really was needed there, it hasn't healed or cured my anxiety, but what happened there, what was needed, was to embrace this part of me and send love and acceptance. Because this is our shadow, right? So sometimes shadow is not what we think it is. Our shadow parts can be, for somebody, it can be weakness, right? So we may accept strength, and we may think, we accept ourselves fully because I know I have a temper, I'm working on it, but do I accept it, that I am like that? But then I don't accept myself because I don't accept weakness. I don't accept myself in vulnerable position, right? I know it. I'm saying a bit from my own experience here, I won't lie. And then you would think, but the shadow part of you should be this dark, aggressive energy of temper, not sweet vulnerable side. But no, this is the part that is unaccepted. This is the part that requires you to embrace it. And if you don't embrace it, it can cause different types of issues with your psyche or psychosomatic issues. So I think in this, which is very interesting, because astral projection shouldn't be taking you to your inner world. It should be taking you to the astral planes, which are available to everyone, but actually you can meet some of your own creations. But also at the same time, when you think about it, you are also supposed to be able to create in astral plane, to be more like in control, in power. So maybe this is where it's coming from, that actually this power, this part of you that is a creator, maybe this is where you can be creating from different parts of you. I heard somebody say, or maybe I read it, but somebody said that you are going into astral projection with whatever you like, however you are. So if you have your own issues, the issues may manifest in the astral projection, which is fascinating. So that is my view on astral projection. I put together things that I think are very useful from what I read online or listened online, so you can give it a go. Additional thing is the guided meditation. So because my brain likes to be busy, I do find it easier to follow and to get very, very relaxed with the guided hypnosis. You can find them on YouTube for free as a starting point. I won't say that they will immediately take you out of your body, but could be a good starting point. So yeah, so that's my overview. These are my tips, and I am still trying. And if that happens to me, I will let you know. There will be a part 2, or if I do some huge progress, or I read something that is a game changer, I will let you know. And then I will put it in the part 2, and then will be a follow-up. But for now, I think this is it, and I wish you amazing adventures on your astral journeys, or amazing adventure to try to get to the astral journey. Thank you so much, and hear you soon. Bye.